And the thing that's different for me today is I'm going to divide the cup, which I haven't done before, and I have made some templates that they fit near enough, and I'm separating them at the point where I'm going to pour, so that I'll have the warm colours and the cool colours coming out, like lots of people have been doing lately. And I have made myself some templates for future use so that I don't have to keep working it out again. Okay, so I'll put this one aside, and I might even just do this one and see how much that is. And first of all, I'm going to pour the colours in, and see how we go. So I don't want too much. I want to end, so I'll start with the white and the grey, but I don't want, because I want that in the little bit in the centre. Don't want too much of it though, so I'm hoping that I can not overdo it. I haven't had a trial run, so I don't know if it's going to stay separated. Wait, if I do that, spilt all that, but I need to get that in there to balance it up and stop it spreading. Wow, that was a nice waste of paint. Alright, so okay, it is spreading a little bit. I'm sorry I can't show you that. Alright, so white and grey. I'm going to come on, and the grey isn't actually a warm colour, but I'm ending up with it on that side to balance things off. Alright, now I'm going to try and layer this, which is a bit harder when you can't necessarily pour it down the side. But hopefully my paints are enough of a thickness to hold that. I've got more grey in there now than I wanted on this one side. Okay, so I'll just keep alternating. It's going to get that grey out of the way. Maybe I can pour it down the side. It looks like I have to hold this in place a little bit though. Get the white out of the way. Rightio, so now we're up to the other blue. I've got run out of this colour, so I've had to resurrect what I had. What did I have? I had that and that and this one. Maybe if I pour it onto my stick, that's better. I can sort of layer it a bit more. This is a magenta. Right. Okay, so this is the, if it's stirred through properly, this is the warm blue in the global range. I'm going to start putting a bit more in colour. And up against that is the cool red. Okay, my template isn't perfect. I hope it's staying sort of, maybe because it's absorbed water, it seems to not be sitting as well. Okay, so then I'm going with the, this is a funny colour. I just tried to darken up the blue, but I put a bit too much black in it. So it's yeah, it's quite dark, and that's why I thought I'd still use. I had the other grey. I thought I'd still use a little bit of the other normal grey. Okay, and now the orange. And I've got an odd colour I didn't know what to do with, where to put, and if I was going to need it, but I have now going to use this this turquoise as well. Just put the orange over the top. Okay. I do like the turquoise up against the orange. It can get muddy very easily. I'm hoping the separation will help that. So I think I'm going to take this out to pour. Actually, before I do though, I'm just going to move all these out of the way. Do I do another cup? I will need it really. Alright, I better do another cup. I'll do anything. I wanted to show you how I've set up the split cups and put the colours in, and that was a learning experience as I went. The pour that I was setting up here actually I didn't like as much, and I will show you at the end. But I wanted to show you the setup, but in the second cup I'm now going to pour onto a second canvas, and I did quickly prepare another cup again. Okay, hi everyone. I'm going in with my ring pour on my split ring pour on a large canvas. Control out of the way. But this time I'm going to do 2 circles, and so I've made up a bit more paint quickly. And this time I'm putting some paint to start with so that I don't lose the first colour that goes in. So this is still the one that I had prepared last time. It's just been sitting there for a bit. When you put it on, it looks like there's lots of orange, which I maybe did put extra orange in this one, but I did lose all the orange last time because I had it coming out first. Go for a little bit more wobbly effect rather than the perfect rings. A little bit more texture and movement. Good to see a little bit of orange coming out there at the end. Okay, so here is my other jug, which I quickly poured. Had to make up a couple more colours and I've run out of some, so it'll be slightly different. Let's see how this goes. Move slightly off centre. Now, I'm going to put the last of my orange in there. I'm going to pour a bit more. Okay. Get this out of the road. Okay, so I sort of quite like having these sort of joining bits, I think. Right, underneath. So I'm hoping I've got enough fully for the canvas on this one. It's moving. It's hard to actually keep an eye on it all. They don't want you coming off there anymore. Down to the corner. Okay. So I've still got this corner to do. Got enough for it. Might not have quite left enough for it. Okay, I'll have to do something else with that. At this corner. Got more paint at this end for some reason, or looks like we'll make that corner. Okay, just this one's the issue. Paint dripping off everywhere, so there should have been enough paint. Something funny happening here. Now my problem here was that I didn't learn from my first one, and I poured the second jug exactly the same way, which was not good. I still haven't got a lot of orange, except for perhaps that little bit I added in. I quite like the style, although I wanted it more vertical than across. So let's see what I can do down here with this leftover paint. Maybe I need to put some other colour underneath it. I'll just check. There's a couple of things that could be air bubbles, so I'll just quickly. Don't really want to bring up the cells, so it has already. Okay. I really like this section, and I like how it's come in around there, so I think that's when I did a slightly different sort of circles. And I really like the way that the orange and the cone is doing that. So I think I'll do a bit more of those next time. I tried to do it then, but I don't know what happened to it. I think it's gone off the canvas. Okay, well, I've run out of other spots to dry things, so I guess that'll be staying there for a little bit. So we'll start at this end. The orange has quite a different effect there. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, next time I'm going to use less white, if at all. These colours look gorgeous together. And this is my more favourite area. That corner, I hope it dries okay. It's looking a bit different to the others. Okay. Thanks for watching. So if you're interested about what happened with the very first pour, here's a quick video of that pour and how it came out. There's a lot of white in the centre which I didn't like, and so I actually ended up pouring a splash of colour right through the centre. So here's how that looks.